Okay, hello, it's Nikki here with Sewyupik, and today I'm going to show you how to put a skirt onto a qaspeq. So I currently have the body of my qaspeq done. So I've already got this made, and what I typically do is I will just do double the body. So I've got my two pieces here. So these are, how tall? I have to trim this down. So these are going to end up being about 12 inches. Well, let me see. We're gonna say like about 11 3/4. So what I will just do is I will just end up cutting on the fold. So this here is 22. So this would be 44. So I'm gonna have two of these, and I'm gonna sew these two pieces together. So I have to make sure this one is the same height. I just decided 11 3/4 for a tall skirt, and it might even be shorter. I gotta measure this out. So let me just lay this on top. About 11 3/4. So it's good. You're gonna lose some when you typically on the bottom of mine. So this would be my bottom. What I will do is serge the bottom, and then I'll only fold it over in once and top stitch, and so that gives me a clean edge. If you don't have a serger, you can fold it once and then twice for a clean look, so that you don't have the raw edge looking. So this is directional. I'm going to make sure these pieces are the right way. I'm gonna sew these two together basically into a tube, and then serge the ends. So I'm gonna sew these two together here, and I guess they're not the same length. No, almost, I guess. I'm gonna sew them here. No, scratch that. I'm gonna sew one side here, and then I'm gonna serge all the way at the bottom. So I'll just take it over to the serger, and I will show you what I'm doing. In my first qaspeq video, I had done a skirt, but my computer ate it. So yeah. So like I said, I'm serging these two together. My serger is a Janome 8002D, so that's what I've always used. Somehow these got uneven. I'm gonna make it work. Now that it's one piece here, I'm going to make sure that I serge on the bottom, okay? Because that's where my edge is gonna be. So I'm just gonna serge it once all the way. And this is just so that it has a clean look on the bottom. sewing machine, I'm gonna fold this down over like this, and I'm gonna top stitch so that it has a clean edge, and then I'll sew this into a tube. Once it's in a tube, then I will iron it in 4/4, and then I will sew it on, and then I'll pin it onto my qaspeq, so the qaspeq body. My sewing machine is a Janome Professional Memory Craft 6600. I need to oil it, so it's gonna be a little squeaky. Just giving you a heads up. So like I said, I'm just gonna fold it over about that much. You can fold it over more if you want to. And I just eyeball and sew as I'm going. Like I said, I need to oil my machine, so sorry it's a little loud. I'm not the best at keeping up with my machines and oiling them. And if you didn't have a sewing machine, you could fold this over twice and sew it. Or there's these cool things you can buy. It's like a rolled hem, and you can and it'll roll it for you, which is pretty neat. Like I said, I just eyeball. So that's what it looks like. I did green, so you can't see. So now I'm gonna take these two pieces on the ends here, and I'm gonna sew them together, just straight down. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll show you here in a sec what it will look like. Like I said, you can sew it on the sewing machine. I'm gonna serge it real quick. Okay, so now that it's all like in one piece, what I end up doing is I always end up taking it over to the sewing machine or the iron. And you see, I'm gonna take it and fold it in 4s. And I wanna make sure that I have a good iron crease here and good iron creases here. Obviously I'm gonna know because these are the finished edges on my qaspeq. I'm gonna wanna make sure that I've got a good iron crease in the center. The reason that is because all these creases are gonna match up. So I'm just gonna take these over to the iron real quick and do that. So I'm probably gonna have to come back. My son's waking up. Okay, so I have to go put him down again. But I will come back and at least do another video or connect them. So basically when I put my qaspeq skirts on, turn it inside out or right side out. And I've got creases. I've got a crease in the center, 2 on the side, and this will be right side. So I'm gonna have to continue this again. Okay, I'm back. I just put my son back to sleep. So now that I've got, I should have really good 4 iron creases. I don't really have a good one in the center. I'm gonna take it back to the iron and I'm gonna steam the heck out of this corner right here, the center, I guess. All right, I like to have really good creases. So I've got a good crease here, 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 and the 2 sides. So, and I've got good creases here. So I will turn this upside down, inside out. I'm going to feed it over this, over the qaspeq. I'm going to find my crease, where is my crease? All right, easiest way is I match the corner crease, the end here and here. I'm gonna match those. Stick a pin there. If you don't have pins, you can use those other clips, I think. I'm gonna take this end, I'm gonna take this end here. I'll show you a better angle. Here and here, I'm gonna pin those 2. Okay. I'm going to, now that I've got those 2, then I'm gonna take my center crease, pin it to the back center. And I'm gonna probably end up not needing all of this. And then I'm gonna take the front here and pin it to the center here. So I divide it in 4 and I'll divide it in 4 and then I will start pinning all around. So I've got it pinned in the 4 places. You can see it's gonna be really flouncy. So I'm gonna try and show you how I was taught to do it. Okay, so I will take this pin out and I will throw, how I was taught was to throw a thumb over and like that. Let me see if I can get in here so I can show you. Okay, so from where, this is not gonna be the best, but from this thumb, from where I did this crease here, this fold, I was always taught to put this, the center of my thumb there, and do a thumb and go over just the thumbnail. And I'll put a pin. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but this is just how I was taught. And I'll just keep going. Maybe I can do it this way. Either way, anyway, it's gonna be hard, but so like, I will take and do a thumb over and pin. I don't really know how to, there might be better flounce videos out there, but this is just, you do thumb over, pin. I know that there's a gathering, see, and I might have to adjust it because I might have put too many pins here. So it's really just, there's all kinds of ways you can do a skirt. There's a, see, and I'm gonna have to loosen some up. So it's not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna have to adjust it around as I go, which is fine. I mean, I'll probably end up coming back all the way around and I'll have to adjust it here in the front. So, and I've had to do that before, so I just kind of play it by ear as far as how I do this. So, taking that center pin out, and I'm just gonna keep going. So, all the way around. And yeah, so like I said, there's a way that you can do it on your sewing machine where you can do like the longest stitch on your sewing machine so that it creates like it creates it gathered up. There's the gathered stitch, there's the fork method. I've never used that before because I've always just done it like this, but there's a way that you can take and do a fork and do the skirt, which looks pretty cool. But yeah, so I will just keep going all the way around. And I will sew this on the sewing machine first, and then I will serge it. So you can see I am gonna have to, this is the center and the center here, so I'm just gonna adjust it as I go. And yeah, so I made my first qaspeq when I was like 10 or 11. My sister, cousin, auntie, mom taught me a long time ago in the Yupik culture. Oh, and I did it, I was doing the back. Darn, I thought I was starting in the front. It's okay, I usually like to have it more flouncier in the front, and I'm probably gonna have to fix it. The saying in the Yupik culture, your first cousin on your mom's side of the family are your sisters. So, and then it goes first cousins and then second cousins. So, she's my sister in the Yupik way, first cousin in the non-Yupik way, but she also kind of raised me growing up, was there for me. So she taught me how to make my first qaspeq when I was like 10 maybe. And I didn't do it for the longest time, and eventually I picked it back up, and I have been steadily sewing. For about the last, what year is it? 2021. I've been steadily sewing for the last, maybe since like 2013, 2012, maybe almost 10 years. And then I've been doing my sewyupik business since 2015 when I started teaching sewing classes. My goal is to create a downloadable instructions that you can buy and then just have them forever, to do like a modern and a traditional with a lot of photo illustrations. And then I'm also hoping to create better YouTube tutorials this year on the modern and the traditional if I step up my technology game this year. So, but I'm just rambling because this is just pinning now. So, like I said, there might be better videos out there that are better explained. But I typically have these ideas where I want to do and teach and have tutorials, but it's when my children are sleeping, and most often I get interrupted. So I'm coming back around to where I first started, and I'm having to take some of the pleats out, and I'm just gonna adjust it here on the side. I typically like mine more pleatier in the front, if that's a word, and then I will just adjust them here in the back. So and I probably could have made this flounce a little bit more flouncier. Meaning more length to my flounce. Okay, take out a couple more and I'm gonna make this work. I'm almost there. I'm gonna take out one more and then I can make it work, I think. There we go. Yeah, so at some point it just, I don't know. I kind of just sew mine bejatted any old way and it works out. So, okay. Now that I've got it all pinned out, there's a ton of pins. I will sew with the pins down, and I'll just sew all the way around, excuse me, the skirt down, so that the pleats are going the way that I'm sewing. And I've got green thread on the top and bottom here, so I don't have to change my threads. And I will not take my pins out, but I have glasses, and so if you don't have glasses, I would not advise doing this. I would not even advise doing this at all, because it's not a good thing to do, a good habit, but I have had needles break, I just haven't had any in my eye. And I just sew all the way around. I'll take them out as I go. Oops. Okay. All right. Hopefully that'll stay now. You want to make sure you're not going to sew your skirt on the bottom. What I mean by that is if it's gathered, hopefully it's not gathered on the bottom. All the pins out. Then I will take it to my serger and I will finish the edge, and our skirt is done. And the skirt and the hood are the last thing. So once I've got the skirt serged, then I will cut out the hood and the hood liner and attach my hood. So I hope this video was helpful. If not, I can try and create a smoother one, or like I said, there's tons and tons of videos out there about how to do a flounce or a skirt. So take this over to my serger. Okay. Make sure I have no pins. I'm just gonna start sewing. Typically we'll do a sew down. Okay, moment of truth. Let me show you. And here it is. Here's my skirt. So you can see, nice and flouncy. Them llamas are going the right way. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you like my videos, like and subscribe to them. Quyana.